Hello everyone. So I am back today. I have a new journal, but I wanted to show you my inspiration. So I got this very large, very old Victorian photo album. And this was my inspiration for the journal. It's got a stand and it, they hold the cabinet cards. So this was my inspiration. And what I did, I scanned that photo album and I made this journal. So it's made with the hardboard, not cardboard, the hardboard. But what I did, I printed this out on the fabric, and I know I've been promising to show you guys how I do that, and I will. And then I put some batting in underneath it, and on the back I even scanned the hardware. I am searching to try and find some clasps so I could make some of these with the old Victorian clasps. So if anybody knows or has seen any anywhere, let me know, even if they're new that look old. So before we get into it, this is a standard size, 8 3/4 tall, 5 3/4 wide. It's got a almost 2-inch spine with 10 signatures, and it's just over 200 pages. And as usual, I am indecisive as to whether this journal needs the book plate or not. So let's take a vote in the comments. That would be great. Yes or no to the book plate on the front. And I'm gonna list this in the Etsy shop today. And I think what I'll do is put a little drop-down menu so the person who buys it can choose with or without the plate. So, but I want you guys to vote. I think that would be fun. So there is a seam binding ribbon closure with a little vintage key that does match. All right, so let's get in here. I did use a couple different kits and just some randomness, because you guys know I just like organic randomness in here. And I used, for the fabric that the signatures are sewn into, that's a Tim Holtz fabric that Christy sent me. Thank you, Christy. I love it. So then I also used some Tim Holtz cardstock to line these pages with. I will try to remember to dig up the links for the kits that I used in here. I think it's PAPERIE. I'll put the links. I'm super excited about these little dictionary cards that I got from Julie at the old design shop. I'm on her design team, and I always get really excited when she has new goodies. So you'll see these throughout the journal. This is full of, I think there's 18 tags and all vintage ephemera, because I can't let a journal go if it's not stuffed full of goodies. So in the front pocket is a very old vintage postcard. I'm trying to see the postmark. I think it's 1904. And then I tucked in a bit of vintage lace there, and then the definition for journal. And there's just sewing and vintage lace. There's a rent receipt, one of the tags, another one of the dictionary words there, tea stained paper. There's regular stamping and digital stamping throughout. There's several pieces of vintage ledger pages, lots of bits sewn on the edges. There's the other side of the ledger, parchment paper. Excuse me. And I also did some digital stamping with those same dictionary words. And some sewing. This is a page that I've tea stained on my plastic tablecloth. There's a pocket with some collaging. There's one of the tags and a vintage vocabulary card in there. You know, something else I wanted to ask everyone about while you're voting on the book plate or no book plate on the front. Do you guys like it when there is a new journal to go in the Etsy shop? Do you like it to be at a specific time so, you know, everybody has a chance to see the video, you know, and then maybe I put it up at, you know, 4 p.m. Eastern Standard Time this afternoon? So vote on that too, you guys. So I might wait a little bit after this video goes up before I put it in the shop. So let's just say, for fun, all right, it is noon here now. So I'm going to say that I am going to put this journal up at, we'll do 4 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And today is July 11th. So we'll try it, but I want you guys to still vote, okay? So in this pocket, there's another one of the wonderful tags. There's just a little journaling card and another tag. And I use this pretty burgundy thread, and I left the tails. So if you don't like them, you can clip them. If you do like them, you can leave them. But see that Tim Holtz fabric, how it just kind of blends in with these colors? I just thought it was a perfect match. There's some vintage lace sewn on this one and a little bit of collaging. There's a library catalog card with a tag. I love that page. Well, I love them all. Some more stamping, some vintage book pages. I've got some fun, smaller books that the signatures are sewn in, so I'm able to take out the full signature and put them in. I like that, so it's, you know, the right way for reading instead of being sideways like this. So that's fun. And some more stamping. And then there's another collage and a button on there with a vintage circus ticket and a tag. And there is a vintage check from 1934 and one of the tags. And another book page. Of course, a piece of this mulberry paper that I'm in love with. Some more sewing. Sorry if you guys can hear my stomach growling. Never fails. Turn on the video camera. I should have scanned that. That turned out really nice. This is a piece of the deli paper that I printed on. This is I got a little ledger that I pulled the signatures out of. Aren't these pretty? The other side of the ledger. And some more stamping. There's 2 tags tucked in this one. So now I'm gonna have to set an alarm on my phone to remind myself to put this up at 4 o'clock so you guys don't all scream at me. Where is it? Where is it? Oh, that's fun. And since this was inspired by the vintage photo album, I put this actual cabinet card in this one. Look at that little family. These pictures just kill me. Oh, and sorry for the inky hands. This is a page out of that vintage ledger I have. I believe it's 1817 or 1870. Yeah. Isn't that writing beautiful? This is like a little pocket up top, and there's 2 tags in it and some vintage lace sewn on there. There's the other side of that ledger. Some more sewing. And another pocket with more tags. And this is from a vintage school book. This is Possessive Pronouns, Comparison of Adjectives. I just love the color on that page. Some more digital stamping. This says a friend is someone who makes it easy. Some more sewing. There's some digital stamping there. of those. So this is a double pocket. It's a tuck up there, and this is just a piece of vintage notebook paper in there. Here's another new vintage ledger I got. It's a cool size. It fits in perfectly. There's the definition for scrapbook. And there's a tag just clipped on with one of the circle paper clips. Definition for story with a couple of tags in there. The other side of that ledger with some stamping. Excuse me. A little bit of fabric on that page. More sewing. Another vintage book page. This is from the State Treasurer. Some more sewing. Some sorry sewn on that page. The definition for right. And here's my new little stamp that I love. It says handcrafted by Johnny, 2019, Junk Journal Shop, certified one of a kind. Here's another pocket with some tags. And then in the back pocket, there is this fun tag. And I think I got this from Maddie, I believe. There is a, from the Library of plate, if you want to put it on there. But I just left that out. And I've also included one of the vintage calling cards. This is one that I have scanned, and there's a whole set of these in my shop, digital calling cards. But I just thought it would be fun to start using them in my journals. So all those goodies will be in there. And then, like I said, I will put on the, yeah, I showed you the key, yes. I will put an option for with or without the book plate. And let me show you guys the spine again quick. Really like how this turned out, where the spine's tucked underneath. And I don't know if you guys can tell by looking this way, if you can see the poofiness. Can you see the poofiness in it? Poofy. Poofy. All right, now I'm just being silly. All right, so 4 p.m. Eastern Standard Time today, July 11th. It'll be in the shop. So everybody have a great day, and I'll see you again soon. Bye-bye.